Hi, Denise.
Hi, Nicole. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much. It's
You're
great that you guys put this
welcome.
together for us.
We are glad that you were joining us today. I am going to go ahead and I'll mute myself and take my video off and let you take over.
Okay. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Denise Cassidy Wood. I'm not sure how many out there are familiar with my work or not, so I'll do a brief overview of what I do and a little bit of my history. This would have been my first time at the Royal Oak Art Fair. So I was kind of bummed that I didn't get to participate, but I do appreciate the Guild for putting this together to allow me to introduce myself to those of you that may not have been able to see me there. So first off, I've been doing professional painting for this is actually my 10th year anniversary. And I work exclusively with acrylic and acrylic mediums. Like Nicole said, I sculpt mediums into my work to create dimensional texture. All of my work is bright, vibrant focal point flowers, which I'll show you here in just a minute. And right now, today, during this virtual art fair, and along with what they're doing here with the Guild, I'm offering a little bit of a discount, a little incentive on my website if you wanted to order today. So if you go to my website, which is denisecassiddywood.com, all the information you're going to need is right on the home page with the code that you're going to need to use when you place your order. So that being said, let's start with a little tour of my studio. Let me figure out how to switch over. Okay, here we go. So let's start with, this is a little view of my workspace. I was able to put this space together about 4 years ago. It's in my home in the basement, and we built a nice room for myself so I can have a bright, happy space to work. So we'll start with a little bit about my work. So I'll kind of zoom in here on some of my pieces. I'll try not to go too fast. Bear with me. This is something I do all the time. This is a piece that's 18 by 36, all acrylic, mixed media. What you'll see there, that texture as I zoom in, is all made with like a ground pumice stone, modeling paste, fiber paste. I use all golden products and I mix them together to create the texture that I want. And here I have, these are all 16 by 16 pieces. Great in a group or great separately. And I'm gonna try to get down here so you can kind of see how much the texture actually comes off the canvas. It's hard to see in pictures how textured that really is. I use little brushes and tools to help sculpt and define these textures. So a lot of these pieces are brand new because I wasn't able to get all of my other pieces back from various exhibits due to all the shutdowns. So a lot of these pieces are pieces I've just created recently. This piece here is it's kind of a brand new design for me. I was commissioned to do a big 5-part piece, including pots and various plants and flowers. And I decided to create one just to see how it goes, to see what you guys think. That piece there is actually a custom piece, so it is not available, but I do custom work as well. Here are a couple of my larger works that I have. The big one right up front is 40 by 50, so it's a pretty large piece. And then that piece back there, sea flower, is 30 by 40. I'm gonna give you a close-up of that texture too. As you can see, that comes right off the canvas. All of my paintings are created by doing multiple layers of paint. I start with heavy body, and I use exclusively golden paints. So I start with heavy body, and then I do all of my layering with fluid. And fluid allows me to get more flow so that I can create those layers. And when you look, you can see all the colors underneath. So from these paintings, I've also created a line of bags, coasters, cell phone cases, and note cards. And these are just a great option for people that either don't have room on their walls for more artwork or need something at a less expensive price point, or they just like bright, happy things to wear. So I'm going to give you a little overview of those things as well. These are my small works collection. These are great for grouping together. These here, 6 by 12, and these little pieces here, which go great here. These are brand new for this year. So they actually haven't been shown at an art fair yet. So I'll be excited to be able to show them to you this summer if everything goes back to normal. But you can see all the texture on these as well. And the great thing about these, they can be hung diagonally, or they can be propped up on a bookcase or a shelf. And these are 5" by 5". All right, so let's move over and look at some of the bag designs. What I have here are a collection of, these are all the pouches. So I have these little 5 by 7 pouches here, coin purses, a little bit smaller, pencil cases. Then these are just a larger 10" zipper pouch. Once I'm done here, I'm gonna set the iPad down and kind of show you how big they are. This is my mini crossbody line. Great for like holding your cell phone and a wallet if you're going shopping or running around and don't want to carry a big bag. This is the large cosmetic case. Plenty of room in here for traveling. These here are what I call a satchel. It's a great little bag with plenty of compartments inside. Kind of looks like a lunchbox, but it's not. Although some people have actually used it as one. They just put an ice pack in it and go on their way. These here are the classic shoulder bags. This is a larger bag. You can carry a bunch of stuff if you're running around, but still want it to look like a bag and not a tote. These are my little mini buckets. It may look kind of big in the picture, but they're the cute little bag. And these here are what I call the classic utility bag. And it's a great bag because you can just kind of open it up and leave it open and just prop a bunch of stuff in it. I tend to use it in my car. I call it my car bag. And here are my coaster designs. So I have 10 different designs to choose from. And you can see here that they have the cork on the back. And they actually are absorbent, not like some of the coasters you find that are just decoration. They actually have an absorbent layer on top. These are my note cards. And each box has 10 different designs with 11 envelopes. So the box lids will kind of show you what I have in each one. It's just an assortment in each box. And then here are my cell phone cases. Just a few examples. I usually custom order these because it's really hard to stock, but I can fit all current iPhone and Galaxy models. Over here are some tote bags. So this is the vegan leather strap tote bag. It's a bit more of an upscale looking design, a beautiful weaved pattern. Next to that are the rope totes. And the rope totes come in a bunch of different colors. Great for like a beach bag, shopping, whatever you want to do with a big tote bag. Here are some new backpack designs. These little backpacks are great. They have all kinds of compartments, front and back, and can also be thrown over the shoulder. This is called a sling bag, and this is brand new. I only have one of each design because I wasn't sure how I would feel about them, but I think they're really great. It's a little bit bigger than the cell phone bag or the mini crossbody. So you have a little bit more space, but it can still be worn as a crossbody. Here are my messenger bags. I have two types. These here are just the plain zipper messengers. And then these are what we call flap messenger with replaceable flaps. So you can buy one bag and then buy additional flaps so you can change your bag design frequently. Let's see, I think that we went around the whole table. Let me prop this up and then I can show you some things up close. There we go. Okay, here I am. Let me see if I can get this moved around right. Okay. So here you can kind of see up close with this big painting how big it actually is. It's a pretty decent sized painting. So I want to show you a little bit of the bags because I think it's kind of easier to tell when you can see them up against a person. So you get a feel for size with me holding this bag up. You can see it's a pretty large bag. And it opens up, has snaps on the side so that it can stand up and hold all of your stuff. And this is the little baby bucket bag I was telling you about. It's a cute little bag. It has zipper top and zippered inside, so you have extra pockets and compartments. This is the larger shoulder bag, the classic shoulder bag. So you'll be able to fit a lot of stuff in here. And it has pockets on the inside as well, but all the print is on both sides with a leather strap. Here's the little satchel bag, little lunchbox bag. You can see it has the print also on the inside, and then plenty of space in there, extra zipper compartments. And this is a cosmetic bag. So it's also decent size, has plenty of room to put all your stuff in it. We're gonna move around. Okay, so next up I have a little mini crossbody bag. It's a great size to throw over your shoulder, adjustable straps, just carry your cell phone, not very intrusive. To show you the differences in sizes on these little bags here, You've got the 10-inch zipper bag, a little pencil case, little coin purse. And then this is the 5x7 bag with the toggle to hang on to whatever you want. Here's the sling bag. You can see it's a pretty good size. And then you can put it right over, carry it as a crossbody, or you can adjust the strap to make it a shoulder bag. And we have two different messenger bags, the small messenger bag and the large messenger bag. So you can see the differences in size. Both come with replaceable flaps so that you can switch them out whenever you want to. And then here I have the zipper messenger bag, which also has a zipper on the back, and it has pockets on the inside, both sides. Then I'm going to move you so you can see the backpack better, I think. So I got to get you at the right angle. So here's the backpack. And if you put it on, you can see the size of the backpack. It fits really cute. It's not too big, not too small, but it'll hold a good amount of stuff. Hello. And here, I'll show you, this is the tote bag. This is the vegan strap tote bag. And then we have the rope tote, a little bit bigger, so you got more space in there. So let's see, how am I doing on time? I've got 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do is go back over to some of the artwork, and we're going to talk a little bit more about some of those details. So in this piece here, this new one that I did, you can see the texture in the white puffs. I'm going to show you the side so you can see how thick that really is. And I go in here with, if you touch it, it's like actually sharp and pointy. But I go in there with a really firm brush or a tool and kind of manipulate that texture so that it looks the way I want it to. So it's the same with this one here. And as you see, when I do paintings where the texture is on the edge, I wrap it right around the corner. So you have texture all the way around. None of my paintings ever need to be framed. However, they can be if you want them to be. For example, this custom piece here, the client is planning to frame it. So I already know what the frame is going to look like, so I was able to consider the frame in creating the painting. You see the texture on that one. Now my Mandela series was new last year. I sold quite a few at the shows last year. They were an interesting addition to my collection. What I do with these is I create a design that's very similar to a mandala, and I just slowly create a pattern. So I usually start with this center piece here, and then I start sculpting out layers. I'll start with the back layer, then bring it in, and then bring it in here. So that kind of allows me to have a little bit of freedom and flexibility while I'm creating it, instead of having an exact idea mapped out. So I kind of enjoy that. Usually I start with color. I decide what color tones I want to have in a piece. And from there, I can kind of add the design or adjust the design as I go. This is one of my focal point pieces put on a convexo canvas. So you can see that it actually is a canvas with rounded edges, which makes a really nice, makes it look really nice when it's flush against a wall. So these are not quite the same as the mandala pieces, but have a similar feel. I still tend to keep the pattern flowing, but the mandala pieces tend to have a lot, they're all texture focused. You're basically really, it's almost like a sculpture more than it is a painting. Where these pieces, where you see a lot more of the back petals, it's more of a painting and just a little bit of sculpture in the center. And then with these pieces here, this is very similar to the small ones I was showing you earlier. They have really, really pronounced texture on these. Again, sculpted and layered with paint. So just to recap a little bit, for those of you that maybe joined us midway through, you can find all of my work on my website, which is denisecassidywwood.com. And today you can check out my website and find a code on there to give you an extra 15% off. Plus I'm offering free shipping on everything on my website. Now, if you do order a painting, I can offer local delivery, or we can ship it after it's safe for me to go to the post office. But right now I can ship all small items right from my studio. Well, I hope you enjoyed my little segment here. I hope I didn't go too fast for you. Thank you so much.
Hi, Denise. Thank you so much. We really appreciated touring your studio. And again, for everybody who might just be tuning in or anything, you can find Denise's work at denisecassidywwood.com. We'll be sure to post this link on our website as well for you. At this time, I'd like to thank you so much for joining us. And I will be muting and hiding your video in a minute. So if you want to stay out and hang, you can, or if you just want to close your window, you can go ahead and do that as well. Did you perhaps want to mention some, when everything gets opened back up, what other places people can find your work, such as galleries or shops and that around town?
Yes, I'm actually in about 6 galleries in Michigan. I have a couple out of state. My website will show you the entire list that I have. I'm at local galleries near me. I'm at Frameworks in Plymouth. I'm at Mod Market in Northville. Up in Traverse City, I'm at Art and Soul Gallery. In Ann Arbor, I'm at Pierre Paul Gallery. In Milford, I'm at Art on Main. And I'm sure I forgot 1 or 2, and I apologize to them if they're viewing this, but everything's on my website. And you can also follow me on social media. It's all under my name, Denise Cassidy Wood, on Facebook and Instagram.
Great, thank you so much. We appreciate you joining us today.
Thanks, Nicole.
Yep, have a great one.
You too.